TV is slyly shocking me nowadays, you know? I feel like we went through a really odd period with television shows where there just wasn't a lot of good stuff and there were just a couple of good shows and the general stuff was pretty shoddy. Now it feels like when I pick up a show, it surprises me. Because I just started a new show. And I didn't expect it to be great. I wasn't sure. And I'm not talking about Titans here, because Titans looked like absolute trash. But the first season was really good. It really drew you in. It had a lot of heart to it. Second season, interesting. Went pretty generic. But still cool, nonetheless. One of the better superhero shows that have come out over the past 5 years. But I just started a new show. The Man in the High Castle. Well, it's not really new. It's been out for quite a few years now. Absolutely nutty. Finished the first season in about, I don't know, 4 days. I've been sick, so I've actually binged relatively quite a lot for me. Got through it. I don't think this is the type of show which you could binge all in one day, though. I don't think you could binge 10 episodes in a day. It would just be a bit too much, a bit too heavy. But I sit there watching it, and I just think to myself sometimes, like, what? Wait, what just happened? Hang on. The last episode I just watched, it was like the episode was winding down, nothing was really happening, and then like it comes to the end point. You're paying attention, it's late, and like you're about to switch off. And then just like a nuclear bomb. It's funny that I say nuclear bomb because like it's atomic bombs and stuff like that. It's a very, very interesting concept for the show. Something just the spanner gets thrown in the works. And you look at it and you're like, that doesn't even make sense. It's not even like they took a left turn when it should have been a right. It's like they took a left turn through a building. You couldn't take a left turn. And they're doing it. It's actually mightily impressive. Because I can generally tell where stories are going. But with this show in particular, there are moments where I actually can't predict what's going to happen. And for me, that is riveting. It's stunning because it doesn't happen very often. I think that's why I got dragged in. It's like every other episode, I'm watching it and it comes to the end point and I'm like, shit, wait, I need to watch the next one. And I'm not that type of person with television shows. Like, I'm dedicated to a show. I'll watch a season over generally a couple of weeks. But the fact it's actually got me like page turning a series, like episode turning, like the churn rate coming over is so quick. It's very sticky, this type of stuff. It makes you want to continue watching it. I'm impressed. If you don't know what this show is about, Man in the High Castle, and I'd suggest everyone watch the first 2 episodes of it, and if it's not for you at that point, then maybe take a break, and it probably isn't the type of programming for you. But if you watch the first 2 episodes and you're in on it, I mean, you're probably going to enjoy the rest of it. But it's essentially a show that's based on a book, and the concept is, what if the Nazis won World War II? With the help of the Japanese, because it was the Axis forces. It was like Italians aren't really mentioned at all in this, so I guess that panned out the way it did, and the Russians aren't really mentioned at all either. So basically, the Germans and Japanese took over the rest of the world, and it's like that's a fine starting off point. Like that's weird to start with, but it's like alternate reality in that sense. It's sort of our world but slightly different, and it's based, back in time. Like it's not our time, but it's not modern time for us, but it's maybe in the 60s and 70s, around about then. And that's all chill. Like, it's odd, it's weird. And then just the ridiculousness just goes to other places. I don't think it's necessary. Like, thinking story-wise, like, where does this thing actually go? I have no idea. And I think that's sort of what makes it interesting. But just the concept of what if the Nazis won the war itself is a cool premise to go off of. But like the layering here is just getting mad. I'll find out if this is good or not by, I guess, season 2, or if it falls off, or if I don't know how many seasons there are of this, if there's 2, 3, 4, but it did come out a couple years ago, so I would assume there's at least two or three seasons of the show. But yeah, it's not like I know any of the actors. I've seen some of the actors before, but I don't know their names or anything, but The acting is really good. The story is great. The directing is pretty good. The cinematography is interesting, at least. And just the concept of this thing, for someone to have written this as a book, it does amaze me that the type of stuff that comes out of people's heads. It's something that I think a lot of creatives aspire to do, like to create a world and inhabit it and to really build it out. And I guess this guy or gal who made this original story did it with this, because I don't expect I was going to say I don't expect 70% of things. I don't expect like 25% of the things to happen. But that's like a high number for me. Like, it really is. When something does happen and it shocks me, I get impressed with how it shocked me. So, yeah, if you want to give this show a little 1-2 episode watch, give it. Because I think it will probably claw a lot of people in. It's very odd, very unique. I don't think there's a lot of shows on TV or streaming like it, at least. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start season 2 tonight. You know, maybe after I finish editing, I'll watch an episode. But yeah, damn, impressive. Maybe I'm just beginning to like TV more. I went through stages where I watched a lot of TV, maybe in like 2014, 15, 16, and then 17, 18. 19, I don't think I watched a lot of TV overall. Like, I cherry-picked TV series and shows. And now I think I'm maybe back on a TV hype. Like, there's good stuff out there if you pick it right. I'm not one to jump off of bandwagons, but I've become more like that over the last year, I'd say. Jumping off of shows after a couple episodes or a season, I'll be like, I'm done with it. I still haven't watched Lucifer season 4, and man, I was campaigning for Lucifer season 4, but it's because my sister hasn't finished watching season 3, and I don't want to watch it with. See, this is when you watch particular shows with particular people, it gets difficult. Like, I'm at that breaking point of being like, it's been a year now. Season 5 is gonna come out. I need to go and watch season 4, but yeah, watch Lucifer if you haven't. That's a definite one on my list to suggest and recommend to everyone. Everyone will like Lucifer. I think that's a given. It really is. That's why I got picked up. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then I don't know. I'm not going to say what I thought I was going to say, because it involves a particular person who was in charge of, you know, the Third Reich. You don't want that. He'll come after you. I'm not going to put it up, but, you know, he wanted the Lebensraum, he wanted, you know, the living space, he wanted all of it. And he wants you. But you don't want that. You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You have been great. I'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, make a video every day. If you don't know, I've been making a video for over 600 days now. Not stopping until we get to 10,000 subscribers. So just click the subscribe button. Check it out tomorrow. Come back for more. Who knows? You might be impressed. You might not be impressed. You probably won't be impressed, but you never know. Something might grip you. It might be the books in the background. I don't know, but something might do it. So come back tomorrow for some more quality, shitty content. Yes, I bring it on the daily. It's always quality in a shitty way. Yes, there's some shitty quality to it. See you tomorrow, though. Indeed, I'll be here, you'll be here, I'll be here, you'll be watching, I'll be editing, I'll be sleeping sometimes. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.